If you're like me and you're an aspiring comic artist or just doing comic art or any type of art as a hobby, uh, this video is for you, especially if you don't know what kind of papers to choose. Today I'm going to be reviewing my go-to paper in this video. So here it is. This paper is my weapon of choice when it comes to drawing, especially comics. The Ucreate Sketch premium drawing paper. Like they've really emphasized this since last time I bought this this paper in a sketchbook. This was it. This is what it used to be like. They're really emphasizing it now. The measurements are all the same. And yeah, as you can see, I used every piece of paper in this thing. So first I'm going to show some drawings to show how well it handles drawings. So as you guys know, for this drawing I used pretty much every art supply I have except oil pastels, which this paper handles oil pastels very well, which you've seen in a couple of my videos where I use it on a piece of this paper, but it's cut into smaller pieces. It also handles watercolor very well. It warps, but there's no such thing as paper that won't warp just a bit. It also handles Copic markers and Copic alternatives exceptionally well, which is good if you want to be a comic artist, because a lot of comic art in the professional world is done with Copics. I will say, while using Copics, the paper does warp, but it goes right back to its original shape when it dries, which is what I love about this paper. If you're using marker, it does bleed through, so be aware of that. But on the pages that you're just inking, give me a minute. On the pages that you're just inking, it does not bleed through. It handles ink pretty well. Except in certain instances, I don't know if you can see it well or not, but these are ink fingerprints and smudges that got on the paper and ruined this page and a lot of the comic itself. Now I gotta actually redo it, and I'm hoping to do that pretty soon. What caused this is the ink, the type of ink I used, and also the paper. It's pretty good at keeping stuff on its surface and not letting it bleed through. And this ink sits on the surface of most papers anyway. So when I wasn't being careful and I touched this area, some of it might have been still wet, or the oil from my skin might have reactivated it and it got back onto the paper. So that's definitely one weakness this paper has. As far as how well it handles the graphite pencil, it handles it okay. I'd make sure that the graphite's not too powdery, like the pencil you're not using. I'd be sure it's not too powdery. But if the graphite you're using is pretty sturdy, then the paper handles it okay. So this comes in 75 sheets. This paper was $5.60 some cents, and I bought two. I bought it in bulk because after I ran out of that it was around New Year's, and well, let's just say it was sold out, and it took Walmart forever to get it back in stock. And so yeah, this paper I give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. It's my go-to paper. It's not what a lot of people would call professional comic paper, but it gets the job done, especially if you're not looking to spend a lot of money or shop online, because it's a risk when you shop online. Another measure I'm taking to make sure that the smearing doesn't happen again is with these micron pens, especially this one, because I don't know if you can see well, but it somehow busted and it got ink started leaking out of this pen. I don't know if that also helped contribute to the ink fingerprints. And these micron pens are wearing down. I've had these for about a year now. These, I don't know why, but on the smaller on the smaller pen tips, they wear down really easily for some reason. And while I'm not reviewing these, I am planning to review them in another video. And so I also bought a replacement for these, the Prismacolor hand lettering set, and tips and tricks. I'm hoping those will be useful. So they're obviously not the Pigma Micron, but these I've only been able to find them at a Joann Fabrics, and that's in another city, and I don't drive, so these will have to do. But I'm pretty confident in Prismacolor. My art teacher, her lessons, the tools she has us use are mostly Prismacolor products, so I've become quite comfortable with using them myself. But anyway, that's another story for another video. But yeah, as for whether or not I recommend the Ucreate sketchbook paper, I actually highly recommend it, and yeah, I can't wait to start drawing with it again. So this is my go-to paper. I hope this video has helped you in any of your guys' decision making. If any of you are artists out there, I pray this video finds the right people. And if you're new to the channel, well, this is a channel where we talk about a lot of things. We talk about drawing, we talk about boots, we talk about life in general, and most importantly, we talk about God and the Bible on this channel. So if that's something you're into, or something you're curious about, or anything like that, please consider looking up other stuff on the channel or following the channel. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you all in the next video. I pray that you all have a wonderful day or evening whenever you're watching this. God bless you all.